Hey folks, Troubletcat here recording for the Zombie Arcade, and today we're looking at the M4A1 in Battlefield 3 with no attachments. This, like my last upload, is both sides of a rush game, this time squad rush on Caspian border. First I'm defending, then I'm attacking. Before we get into the gameplay and this gun in the game, of course, let's talk about it in real life. The M4A1 is a variant of the basic M4 carbine, which is a shortened version of the M16A2 and has almost all of the same parts. Like the M16A2, the M4 carbine has safe semi-auto and a 3-round burst. The M4 does appear in Battlefield 3, and I may even do a video using it, but the starting weapon for the US engineers is the M4A1, which is essentially the same thing, but it's modified to have safe semi and full auto fire modes instead of the 3-round burst. Since the weapon is essentially a shortened M16, most of the properties of the gun are the same. It fires the same 5.56 by 45mm NATO ammunition, and it has the same rate of fire, but due to the shorter barrel, it has somewhat less accuracy over long range, and the muzzle velocity is just a little lower. In real life, the advantage this weapon offers over the M16 comes from the shorter length, making it lighter and easier to handle, especially in tight areas. The M4 has been adapted by many military units over the world thanks to its versatility and effectiveness. The M4A1 is used by almost all US Special Forces, and might actually replace a large number of M16 rifles among standard servicemen in the near future. The weapon's also pretty commonly deployed by police forces due to its effectiveness in tight urban areas. Variants of the weapon are also used by the British SAS and Australia's SAS regiment. All told, the M4 or variant is actually used by the military or police forces of over 40 different countries because, basically because of how versatile and just awesome it is, and it's pretty damn good in the game too. You don't really want to. It's not awesome at long range in the game as you would expect from what I've just said, but it's very solid close up. It's got good hipfire accuracy compared to assault rifles, and it's still got a sort of decent medium range staying power. The recoil is not too high, and if you switch up to that single fire, you're going to be able to do some pretty decent medium range shooting. Obviously, a rifle is going to be better at this kind of range that you're seeing right here, but you can definitely still pick up kills with the M4 at that range without too much difficulty. Dude comes up on me, I take him out in single, because I did not want to have the focus to switch to full auto fire, but thankfully, spamming that trigger was all I needed to do. So yeah, I do actually really like this gun in the game. It's one of my favorite engineer weapons. It's not my absolute favorite, but that would probably be the G36C, which we will get to eventually. It'll be the last weapon we cover for the engineer kit, actually. But the M4 is a really solid weapon all around in this game. How do you get taken out there? I've started leaving the kill cams in these so you guys can see what killed me. Anyway, yeah, it's just there's not that much to say about it. It's a really nice gun, especially at close to medium range in the game. It's very accurate from the hip. It's pretty accurate down sights. If you are the recoil is actually pretty similar to the M16. It might be a little bit stronger, actually. I don't know. I think it's about the same as the M16. Maybe a little bit lighter, actually. That's what I meant to say. Which, you know, makes sense considering it's firing the exact same ammunition. It's just a really nice weapon, especially it's good in game types like Squad Rush, where it's more close range focused and obviously on smaller maps. And of course, you do have those rockets to back you up. I think you saw earlier I did fire a rocket at an infantryman hiding in a house. I will talk a little bit briefly just about playing the engineer kit in general here, actually. Obviously, your rockets, most of the engineer stuff is focused around dealing with vehicles, so you want to stick near your team's vehicles, keep them repaired, use your rockets to take out enemy vehicles if you're using AT mines instead of a repair tool, weigh them down, places where enemy vehicles are likely to go, all very obvious stuff. But I do want to say, on infantry maps, don't be afraid to pick engineer and use those rockets against enemies in cover and stuff like that. What I would highly not recommend to do is run around pretending your rocket launcher is your primary weapon. Not because it pisses people off, although it does, but because you are very much likely to be killed by somebody who runs up from an unexpected direction close to you and just shoots you. Or you end up blowing yourself up, or whatever. It's just, your rocket launcher should not be your primary weapon, because it's just not that effective. You know, you'll get a kill with it, and then somebody will probably take you out while you're reloading, if you are doing that. So, you know, I do use my RPG a couple times. Actually, that might be the only time I used it in this game. But for the most part, the carbines are really solid weapons anyway. Like, the M4 is just a really strong all-around weapon. You don't often need to sort of augment that with an RPG. This dude who I just killed got revived. I didn't pick up on that and got taken out there as a result. At least I got one of the dudes back down again. The guy's using the most obnoxious weapon setup known to man. Earn 4 Griffin Tack Light. Both those things got nerfed in the patch, and I don't think either of them is overpowered anymore. Not by a long shot, in fact. But you are bound to piss people off using that setup. It's a great way to troll people because you know they're gonna get mad, bro, when they see that. Not me, but a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, fucking Tack Light, noob, damn it." So this is where the gun really shines. Ranges like that, where you can take dudes out at close range. I mean, earlier shooting from the hip in that when I was defending. It's just I really do. This is actually probably, it'd be up there for one of my top, it'd be in my top 10 guns in the game, definitely. It's, I haven't actually used it that much in retail, but I used it a lot in beta. Anyway, this is just a really nice gun in this game. I really do love using it. It feels good. It gets the job done. Looks nice. There's nothing to dislike about this weapon, and it works with a good number of attachment setups. One of my favorite things to do with this, which I'll show you guys, is like the M416, which is incidentally a modified M4, so it kind of makes sense that I like similar things on them, is to basically set this up for like a Spec Ops flanking loadout, focused around getting around behind and attacking from unexpected directions, because I don't know, I love getting at dudes from behind. What can I say? It's to my enjoyment. Oh my god, I'm such a camping noob. I can't even believe how much I camp and how much I'm a noob. Never be afraid to chill out in one spot near the objectives. People may get mad at you, but it's just, it's playing the objectives. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't camp where you can't do anything about the objectives. That's what I can't believe I looked at that. That's such like a noob thing to do. I sort of slapped myself because I'm playing Squad Rush, which is like serious competitive mode. Game mode, and I'm trying to record, so I want to do well. And that actually, the fact, like, that threw me right off. That, like, really distracted me. I was like, ooh, pretty. Sometimes it's good to take in the sights and sounds, but other times it just throws you off your game. Fortunately, it didn't get me killed there, but it, like, the thing was, like, I looked at that and I was like, damn, destruction. And then I was like, oh, that could have easily gotten me killed. And then they could have run and then defused. It would have been all my fault. Thankfully, that didn't happen, so it's all good. You do really have to be, after the patch, where they reduce the full auto accuracy of guns, so bullets tend to deviate a bit more, especially with sustained fire from where the crosshair is pointing. You do have to be careful to burst a little bit, even at that range. You see, that was like too quick to take out that guy. I didn't just hold down the trigger, which is probably what I would have done pre-patch, but now I think there's a bit more skill involved. You have to be a bit more aware of your weapons, be a bit more active in controlling the recoil, and in being just aware of your weapons handling, which I do like. A lot of people are upset about the change, but I'm pretty happy with it. To be honest, I do think it's better to just not have bullet spread and have the bullets go exactly where your crosshair is pointing, and then make there be a lot of recoil, and even have like a sight sway and stuff like that. I think that's a better solution in some ways because it feels more controllable, feels more authentic. But I'm pretty happy with this solution, to be honest. I mean, it's sort of a more gamey kind of solution, and it's a little bit easier for people to deal with. If there's just bullet spread and they just know that they can't hold down the trigger, that's a little bit easier to deal with than recoil that really does kick your shit all over the place, for example. Or having a bit of sway just in there, even when you're not looking down a scope. That guy came up on me and fucked me up. I was holding down the trigger so hard, but my dude was too busy standing up from prone and was not able to fire his gun. Most unfortunate, but we did end up winning both these rounds. So we won as defenders, and then we won again as attackers. It was glorious. Although for a lot of time as we were defending, there were only 2 enemies. So, I mean, that's not exactly distinction. 2 headshots here. This dude's coming down those rocks. I feel like I get a lot of headshots with this gun, actually. I think it's something to do with the recoil. Like, it seems like in a lot of games, there's just a few guns where I normally aim for center of mass, so you know, chest region, and in most games there's like a couple guns where if you do that, the recoil has a tendency to bump your crosshair onto their head for the second or third round, and I think the M4 is sort of one of those guns in this game. I feel like I get a lot of headshots with this. I done got fucked up. Then that guy exploded, though. You got Claymored. Guy running into the fuse, but was not able to because we had a teammate covering that, and that's a wrap. We cleaned that one up nicely. So, thanks for watching, guys. Those were two nice little Squad Rush games. I do quite enjoy Squad Rush, but no time to talk about that now. Thanks for watching. As always, let me know what you thought of the video. Until tomorrow, Troubletcat out.